Welcome back to the channel. Brian from Apex Auction Car Reconditioning. We're waiting for parts on the Rover. Still not here yet. Should be in any day. The front and back crossover tubes. That's been a fun project, trying to figure out, what it takes to get it back on the road. We got that vehicle from a red lane in an auction. It's a public auction, which means there's a lane that's not green lights, which means the car can run home. You could drive it home. It was driven there. There is one lane set for cars that don't run, that are towed there or just limp into the parking lot, and you don't want to drive them home. You want to get them towed home. Those are all for pennies on the dollar, under $1,000. And then you just need to figure out what's wrong with them. Now, there are a lot of them that come through, like the Rover, with a lot of detailed notes, if it comes from the right dealership, which is where these come from, and it gives you great guidance as to what's wrong with it and what it needs and what it's been through. And then there's some that come through with no information at all. And since I had time to wait for parts for this one here, I was having such a fun time, and some of you reaching out, trying to help figure out what's wrong with it or what may be wrong with these cars. I think some of you are having fun with it too, and I'm going to keep going with it. So since I had some time waiting for parts, yeah, I went and got another one off the red lane. This one's a Porsche, just as hard to work on, but I'm familiar. I've had a couple Macans, Cayennes. This is a Cayenne. This is a 2014. Does have high mileage, but this one came from a dealership that has a great reputation, and they only take in cars of a certain caliber, if you know what I mean. Taken care of, well taken care of through its lifetime, split between a couple dealerships. So when you take your car to get serviced at dealerships, they're going to want to put on those high market parts, and they want to do it the right way, hopefully, if you get the right mechanic. So we picked this up very cheap. We have another one to figure out what's wrong with it. Let's get into the Porsche Cayenne 2014. So the red lane, or the red light cars, meaning when the car pulls into the bay like this and the auction is going on up on the TV screens, there's a red light flashing underneath it, and that means there's issues. It's sold as is, and it's up to you to figure it out and, well, fix it or not. This one here, great shape, the body, a couple dings here and there. It's going to need tires soon, but the wheels are not crazy curbed. The interior, I love the interior. It's in great shape. Not crazily worn, just very, very dirty. Even, the grip here, a little bit dirty. Not worn down. Mostly, on a lot of these auction cars, the four corners, it's like they've been playing bumper cars. Not this one. This one is in very, very good shape. This one is naturally aspirated, so I don't have to worry about the turbos and the superchargers and all that other crap. This one also is very easy to work on. Like I said, I've had one of these. There's actually room on either side to work on these. Front, back, sides. Plenty of work. Plenty of room to work. All right, challenge. Let's figure out what's wrong with it. Let's fix it. High mileage, 165,000. But at this mileage, a lot of the stuff that was to go wrong with it would have had to been replaced already. And we're almost, approaching the mileage, another 20 or 30,000, where some of the stuff would have to be done again. The engine's fine. Let's start this up. All right, let me click the seat belt here. So we get all these lights going off. They're supposed to be off. And as you can see, no lights on the dash, which is awesome. Not even a tire pressure sensor indicator. Purrs like a kitten. So let me pop the hood. Let's use the seatbelt there. No vibration, runs fantastic. Doesn't smoke, doesn't steam. There is a towel on the roof. All right, so we removed that. Now the problem is it makes a sound when you are accelerating and you leave off the gas. Axle bearing, something with the transmission. I'll look tonight and see all of the mechanical components that go from the engine to the actual wheels themselves, and see what parts and components are there and what can go bad at this mileage and what makes a sound like this. So let me take off and see if I can get this to make the sound long. If I close all the windows, you're going to hear exactly what I'm talking about. Besides the sound that you hear, it runs perfectly. Doesn't miss a beat. The engine runs incredible. It has plenty of pep. It's not sloppy. It runs straight. It runs smooth. There's no noises and there's no bangs. When it comes to going over bumps, it's just a horrifying, almost a ghostly sound that comes from this thing. So let me get onto the roadway, and hopefully I have all the windows closed. It's the only way you hear it. If you open the windows, you can't hear it. It's so strange. You and I are going to figure this out. We're going to get this thing in tip-top shape and enjoy it and maybe flip it and move on to another one and figure it out. I enjoy doing this stuff, so let's find out what's going on with this thing. All right, we're going to be pulling out, and I'm going to shut up. That's acceleration. Can you hear that? Deceleration. And eventually it goes away completely. Acceleration. Deceleration is a different tone. And when you get down to about 1.5 when you're on the highway, or if you take pressure off of the drive system, it goes away. Like something's grinding. It's not a grinding noise. It's actually like a ghostly sound. And there it went away. Go on the gas, it comes back a little bit. And the more you drive it, the less you hear it. So I don't know, but I'm going to find out. Let me know if you hear that. I'm doing it right now during acceleration and deceleration. When you're stopped and it's idling, or it's not under load, once you get on the highway and it's kind of just coasting along, you don't hear it. It's a ghostly sound. I don't think I've ever heard anything like it, quite like it. If you know what it could be or have a guess, leave it down in the comment section. It does not impede the driving, the ride, the acceleration, the performance at all. It's just the sound that's there. Now eventually, if we leave it go long enough, it's going to impede something, but I want to fix this before it breaks, and I'm going to find out what it is, hopefully with your help. really, honestly, this is really, once that sound goes away, if I turn the radio up loud enough, this thing bops along from point A to point B. Really, it's comfortable, it's loaded, heated seats, cooled seats. The air conditioning is ice cold, heated steering wheel, sound system, very impressive. A good thorough wash, a little bit of a one-step, some protection. This is good to go. Interior needs a scrubbing, needs a good cleaning. Got to get some tires on there. Now the very first thing that I'm going to do, way out of order, is the PDR work, because I have him scheduled for other work today. So we're just going to knock it out. So let me pull it inside and let him get to work, and I'm going to get some footage for you guys. He's done, and you can't tell that there was any dings anywhere on this side, and there were quite a few. On the other side, there was quite a few, and the only signs that they were there are the areas that have transfer, which I can get rid of. A chip, more transfer, but all of those dents gone. He does wonderful work. And he is at our training sessions that we have here at the shop. If you want to learn PDR, stay tuned for the next session. All right, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Let me know what you think of the Porsche. Let me know what you think it might be, the problem or the issue might be. I'm going to start digging and try to find out myself as well. And we have the parts coming in. We have the front and rear crossover tubes for the coolant, which is under the intake, which is why the intake is laying on a table. You know, Land Rover, there's no way I could sell it to anybody. So once I get this together and we drive it and make sure it's safe and it's going to stay together for a little while, I'm going to donate this car to somebody that really needs it, a family that needs a vehicle. I have a couple in mind that could use it. One's a single mother, another a family that could fit their family in there. I don't mind giving it for free and donating it. I'll even take care of the registration and the transfer and the tax. They would just have to do upkeep and you know, keep it running. But there's no way I could sell a Land Rover or Range Rover to anybody and have a good conscience. These things are absolute scrap. It's a shame because the driving and feel of a Land Rover, Range Rover, and when they work right, they're such beautiful vehicles inside and out to look at and to drive. But mechanically and with the quality of their parts, they suck. This has been Brian from Apex Auction Car Reconditioning. One way or another, I will see you again soon in another video. Catch you later.